Welcome to this recording where you're going to listen to insightful moments recorded during live coaching sessions with my clients who come from diverse professional backgrounds. And if you like what you hear today, please share it with your friends and colleagues. And remember to hit the subscribe button now and ensure that you never miss any other episode. Thank you. So how do we listen to each other when there's conflict? The best way is to hold your bias, your judgments, your opinions. To stand back from that and come into the middle and listen to the other person. Listen to their needs. Listen to their feelings. And create a space of just listening with no biases. Now, it's pretty challenging to do because most of us have already got an agenda, we have an opinion, we already think we're right, they're wrong, and that's where it goes crazy. That's where the conversation is not productive. It's unproductive because the other person also feels they're right. And so when we have that, it's dualistic. Dualistic means I'm here and you're there. We're not in the middle trying to solve anything. I'm here and you're there. So if you already have a very strong opinion, and of course the other person will have a very strong opinion, then acknowledge that. I've got a very strong opinion. I'm not negotiating. I just believe I'm right. That is not entering a conversation. That's entering a fight. So what we've got to avoid is entering a fight because there'll be a winner and there'll be a loser. Instead, we are creating a space where we're both heard. And usually people have a mediator trying to do this, right? A mediator, a third person trying to work this out. But as a leader particularly as a staff leader, a manager, is to understand, put your biases aside, your judgments, your opinion, hold on to what you believe is important, the standards, the rules, the expectation, that's fine, because that's, it's kind of like that's God's business or reality, okay? It is the standards, it is the requirements. The other person may not know that, the staff member may not know that, or may not even agree with it. So you just hold on to that, but you come into the middle and you listen. You listen because you are a leader. You have the capacity to be compassionate and empathetic, emotional intelligence, to listen. You have the self-awareness that you are frustrated. You can put that aside, acknowledge that for yourself. Calm your nervous system down with a few resources on that. Be mindful of how you're going. Don't bring your personal stuff into that conversation, except you can talk about it, but you're not reactive. So you come in the middle, you open up the space and you say, okay, for example, Jackie, tell me what's really going on. Tell me how you feel about this. Tell me what you need. There's a feelings chart, the needs chart. I think I've provided that, but they're all online. So you open up the space and you listen to where that person's coming from because everybody thinks they're right anyway. And they are right. And from their perspective, a person is verbalizing or feeling something and needing something that is right for them. So you're listening and you're acknowledging. So you would say, I hear that this is causing you a lot of frustration and you need to be heard. So I'm here for you to listen. So you're just listening. You're putting aside your agenda. You're listening. You're creating space. And then you can, after they're finished and they've emptied out, they'll feel appreciated and acknowledged, valued. And you've really done it from your heart. You're curious. And then you say, when there's the right space, and Jackie, I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on from my perspective. It's not a but, it's an and. So here, you're both winners. You're listening. And you would say, when I noticed those results, so you talk about the behaviour, when I noticed those results, I felt really concerned. So you talk about your feelings. And because I had an expectation that I thought I was fully understood about the level and the standard that was required. And because of that, I created this meeting so that we can better understand what's going on and where I could also express what's going on for me as your manager. Because I have standards to reach, and I know sometimes these results, this situation impacts other staff members and other parts of the department. So it's quite complex. So Jackie, I just want to make a request. There's no demand, a request. Could you let me know next time when you feel that you're falling behind, or if there's something else going on that's distracting you from this goal? Because the standard doesn't change, the requirements doesn't change. It's really, really important we adhere to what's required for us, then the whole team and the whole department works well. So here you make a request. Now, Jackie can say, no, I'm not going to do that. And then it enters another discussion where you need to make some sort of agreement, because at this point, she's clearly saying, I'm out. Or she could say, oh, I didn't know that. Okay, let's talk about it. Or she could say, no, I'm out of here. I don't really want to do this. This is not what I want to do. So therefore, she's kind of separating herself from her job requirements at that point. Okay. But at this stage, this kind of conversation hasn't abused anybody, hasn't created unsafety. It's created open conversations and choices. You've allowed to each person to be heard. You've been safe, allowing her to communicate. And you've also been able to express yourself. And there's no real blame or shaming or guilt. Because that's when people start to feel unsafe and they don't talk to you, they keep secrets, you feel frustrated because you're not understood. All right, so this is a way of opening up the discussions, and it's kind of like non-violent communication. So you talk about the behaviour, then you talk about the feelings, then you talk about the needs, and you do a because in that. You keep saying because, give a bit of emotional reason, bigger picture stuff, where things are leading, and then you make a request, not a demand. You make a request. And it's always compassionate, it's empathetic, and it's quite neutral in the way that you're not looking for a winner or a loser. I'm better, I'm in charge because I'm the leader. Who are you? None of that kind of response that actually creates more of a problem, because then the other person has to defend themselves. You don't want that, because that's not what you're trying to create. You're trying to create a productive conversation. So anyway, so that's one way, and the topic on that's called non-violent communication. Thank you for listening to this recording. I hope it has helped you. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. I'll see you next time.